evening and welcome to the Stefan PHIRI Show. I'm your host, Stefan PHIRI, aka Black Boy Magic. So last week we didn't have the show due to WAFCON. Muzwa broadcast WAFCON kuno wamene ku broadcast. So upeze kati madezi mfuni kati tinkalina show, we have a match and whatnot. So even this week tizanga futi interrupted one way or the other. Tizanga shabenaya nayo lelo show per Monday, and then tomorrow we still have a game around the time a match tikilapo show. So always remember that the Stefan PHIRI Show airs every Mondays and Tuesdays. Ngati kulibe my interruptions aya mawafcon na programming yenangu. The monga chabe ngati running on a normal basis. Imangalako every Mondays and Tuesdays. 22-30 hours per minute on Diamond TV, channel 271 on DSTV and channel 20 on Go TV. We've got three segments on this show, which are the first one is social media trends, the second one is fashion reviews, and the last one is post of the day. So yeah, first. ZNS launches an investigation towards Rhoda Njovu. So we Rhoda Njovu wanachosa video vantu ama video avapaka mwandi talema, we are tired as a nation. And as a person, I am tired. Why every time ni video every time Mwaka anasegura chedo. Mwaka anasegura chedo che wide open hapa manjini yango choga chabanga released every week. I don't just release the after, but then no, this is not good. Okay, so a post by Diamond TV online says ZNS launches disciplinary action against Rhoda Njovu. This was the story was done by Rachel Mumba, which says the Zambian National Service ZNS says it has commenced internal disciplinary proceedings against Sergeant Rhoda Njovu following her involvement in an explicit video that has gone viral on social media. Rachel Mumba continues to say, in the video, Sergeant Njovu, who also serves as ZNS-sponsored athlete, is seen engaging in sexual acts with another woman. ZNS Chief of Public Relations Brigadier General Mabel Nyone says that the institution is deeply disappointed and appealed by Sergeant Njovu's conduct, describing it as contrary to the service core values and professional standards. Meanwhile, the Zambian Police Service says it has instituted investigations into the immoral video that is currently making rounds on various social media platforms. And the last paragraph says, police spokesperson Ray Hamonga has reminded members of the public that the possession, production, and circulation of absence material is a criminal offense under the Section 177 of the Penal Code, Chapter 87 of the Laws of Zambia. So umukashana uyu wamena kuze Denesi anaenda stars okelezeka with a fellow woman, and then a video naenda viral. Similar story na ya Mwaka Halwindi bana cha vintu vokelezeka then wazikopa, then these things got leaked. However, hivi vintu sivinaende bwino due to position yake uyu muntu akaina Rhoda Njovu. She's a sergeant kone kuja ku ZNS, and then doing that doesn't look good on the on their part as ZNS as a whole also, and also nama values and nama punzisa. I believe when they go for training they teach them certain things like ethics and whatnot. So kutapezeka chita hivyo vintu. So, and the bad part is that anapezeka chita hivyo vintu na mkazi muzake. I have a video. I haven't seen it. Yes. Ayakumbuya ayane. I haven't seen them. Those ones I've seen them, yes. But this one, Eve ngalipo kuiona sinza mnaonekera eve nistorapia ngalipo sinaione noiona so sinza wapepenzo chitika mvideo but wantu wanaona itamba wanakamba tao vintu sibenzedi niti. However, ZNS responded to these to the video and also to the conduct of Rhoda and Njovu, and this is what they had to say. Let's check out this video.
We have come across a video that is circulating on some social media platforms depicting one of our sponsored athletes by the name of Sergeant Njovu Rhoda, where she's engaged in an obscene and indecent act with another woman. Not only are we disappointed as an institution, but we are also deeply abhorred by this kind of behavior, which is at variance with the core values that the institution is anchored on. The Zambia National Service is anchored on the values of morality and ethics. And as a wing of the government, we are also guided by the constitutional articles, one of which is the promotion of national values and ethics. Therefore, we wish to distance ourselves from such kind of behavior, and we also take great exception to such. And arising from this, the institution has since commenced internal disciplinary procedures against the named soldier, and the action that will be taken or decision will definitely be communicated to the nation at large. And this also serves to warn other service personnel that any conduct that will undermine the institution's image as well as integrity will be met with the full force of disciplinary procedures. And to this effect, ZNS wishes to reaffirm its commitment to the nation that will continue to serve with integrity and also uphold the national values and principles.
Okay, so that was ZNS Chief of Public Relations, Brigadier General Mebo Nyone. Ndiye wenzi wana wenzeli mu video, wenzi ukamba pali vinachitika kuli video and what measures they would like to take. And also they have watched the age public. If it onse tisate tiri mbali, not to engage in these scenes, or rather these very native. You don't have to capture yourself doing those. Are intimate things, those are intimate moments. Please keep them intimate. It's not for public consumption. Not kuti wonse tizive kuti uku vantu wenza kuipsurana oku vantu wenza no, we don't have to see all that. And also tenti zingalako na self-respect also futhi nokulanganirako nabantu bamakulanganirapo. We've got family members, we've got friends, we've got leaders, be it political leaders, be it church leaders, be it community leaders. We all have got people that we look up to, and also in one way or the other they look up to us also for some things. And then futhi kupenzi katitista vintu vokireze kabisa. Imagine ndo kwipsulana na muntu na kopa na brace up na mzana una bwanji. So mzana una niti na nchito nilekerato pamene apa. Banipisha so fired. Na contract ya sila na mavideo yanga muleka na kutamba. Nemwe vimashitikira vintu. Also you lose credibility. Bantu wenza kubewanga kupasa nkoni tuntu benzo zwatawa bantu awa vintu vimalubana so pezi katao mwandi bale kupasa ni their businesses. And also looking at Rhoda and Njovu also in this particular position, I don't think ZNS will still want to work with her one way or the other. Maybe wazamcho sadanchito, maybe she has to go to prison, jail, things like that. And then save mawama no wama. Let us be self-aware. I want it is kind of self-aware. If I do this, these are the consequences. If I don't do this, these are the consequences. Ngati muntabakuza benkani ya mene yo kuti mwende mkwipsurane. Ufunika mwaziono ze mafoni mweka nongo mweka kumachaja mweka far away. So that kusangale ma mistake kuti vindu. Palasi wina ngwazakaenda live. Azakaenda live manje tikambona chani machiten ma merchandise pa ma TV apa pa ma phone. Stabwino, please when you want to do this, just my phones I can control battery. Do what you need to do. Move on from there. Not about that how much is going on when moving. So please, young people, the youth, especially the youth, if we want to experiment, or we want to experiment here and there, please let us be cautious. There are people that are looking up to us, and also we've got a lot to lose. We are young people at the end of the day. This is when we're trying to figure out ourselves. This is what I can do. This is what I can do. Imagine if you now do that. It means that you've killed your dreams, and also your my opportunities, my future opportunities. Now so of course you've killed your own name, you've killed your credibility, your nichani language. Yonse nshwa paya. Okay, so moving on. Kwenzeli murder case. Muntu kulumuntu anakirizesa. This was a fuel attendant at Rubis. Paka ingalinga kwa kuja kuma dungeon kwenenzo nkara. Mwana chena chokerako kuja kuntu. Chifukwa criminals. A lot of them murderers. Kwa kuma assassinators. Kwa mnekud. So what happened was one of the guards of Paja, he wasn't on duty that very day. What happened was anaenda chita anatenga majanki anzake kwendo kelezesa. They wanted to steal from those guys who are Rubis, and then when they did per duty, when they went to Babil, my fellow attendant, this was a woman, and then the other one was a male. So penionzo chita bamne benzo funa kuchita kutibabe. They ended up killing one female, and then the other one was left in critical state, rather. There was also a video that was circulating. I hope I could share. I wish I could share it today, but I cannot share it because it's rather sensitive for us to see, because a person was killed. So you can find it on social media. It's still circulating there, here and there. Wanapaya wakazi, and then the other guy, the aim was to kill him, but he, by the grace of God, he survived, and then he wasn't killed. So Diamond TV had this to say over this issue. Okay, so Diamond TV Online says 4 more suspects arrested in connection with Rubis' murder. This story was done by Prudence Chota, and it says police have arrested 4 more suspects in connection with the brutal case of aggravated robbery and murder that occurred on July 16th, 2025 at around 04 hours at Rubis filling station in Helen Kaunda, bringing the total number of those arrested to 8. Police spokesperson Ray Hamonga says among these arrested are 2 security guards who were assigned to duty on the night of the accident and were suspiciously absent after the crime occurred. Prudence continues to say, he says efforts are currently underway to recover the weapons, clothing, and other evidence used worn during the robbery, adding the items will aid in securing strong evidence for successful prosecution. And then Prudence akarikusta report akarikwamba kuti Mr. Hamonga says the Zambia Police Service remains resolute in its commitment to ensuring that all perpetrators involved in this brutal and senseless act are brought to justice. So munga mwetamberera banazana kugwira ko bali 4 per face after, and then also Sibeso was actually buried. She was buried yesterday, and may her soul rest in peace. And the other person is still critically ill or injured in the hospital. And then wanagwira ko bantu bali 4. 2 of those wenzeli benzofuna konkala pa duty that very day. And then one of them dana pa Sibeso, and then the other one wamene oyo ndana chita inja uyo winango. So abantu abidi brought in 8 more people. So from them bali 6, so abagura ko bali 8 pamozi na beve. I believe there are more people involved in this story, not just 8 individuals at this point, because my investigations they're still going on, and then manjet is on see how many were these people and how did they plan this, what were wenzokuganiza kuchani posta hivi vonse, who was the mastermind, and then futhi mastermind I'm sure ndazakhala maningi in trouble, but futhi now abantu for being accomplices also now they will be in trouble as well. But then on a very sad note, we received news today that the grandparent, one of the grandparents, Kuli Sibeso, died after hearing the news. Kuti Sibeso was killed during that very attack by many Rubis station. So let's check out this post. Okay, so the story was covered by Kalemba and it says Siweso's granny dies of shock. The grandmother of the fuel attendant who was murdered during a violent robbery last week has died of shock. According to Kawata Member of Parliament Andrew Tayengwa, the elderly woman collapsed and died of shock upon receiving the news of her granddaughter, Siweso Akawila's brutal killing. And then they continue to say 35-year-old Siweso was attacked and killed during a robbery at Rubis filling station in Helen Kaunda, where she was working a night shift last week. So you can continue reading the story. It has got quite a number of paragraphs. You can still read it. And then part of the things that I already covered, of which I said muntu wanampaya wamene Siweso parubis da ndiye vintu vamene konso kuvenera kamba kudala. So the new development is yamene issue yakuti ba grandmother wake vanafa just after hearing about her murder. I mean Siweso, who was murdered. So we look at all these aspects, and also when the jury is actually bringing out the judgment or actually presenting the judgment, these are the aspects they're also looking at. And then you can imagine kuti bantu ava, they will face how many years behind bars. It's going to be a lot. These are the consequences of doing wrong things. The bad part is that these people, 2 of them, they're already employed. If the money wasn't enough, clean money is in a back. And then now, new development, the grandmother died of shock. This is adding to your crimes now. So we look at all of these things, and it is very, very bad. And on social media, we're still getting fresh information every day concerning this very story, and I hope justice will prevail, and we want to see these people behind the bars so that they can be examples to those people who are plotting and thinking they'll get away with such things, monga murder and assaulting accident. So moving on, we have DPS, which is Diamond TV Presenter Search. Yeneyamba pa 27th of July. Yamene in Omanthi 2025. So be on the lookout, stay tuned, and also see who will be crowned as the winner of GPS 2025. On that very note, we take a very, very quick break, and we'll be back as we get into it with the fashion review. Stay tuned. Okay, welcome back to the STEFFAN PHIRI show. We've already done my fashion, sorry, not my fashion reviews. My fashion reviews. We've already done the social media trends. It's come up on my stories making headlines or my stories and actually trend by social media. Apamanje tienda direct into the fashion reviews. So first up, we have Chilizi. This is a mother's wife, and her stage name, or rather, the name that we all know, Yetimuzvirapo, the Chiliz. Yeah. So this was her dress. I believe she was going for an event. I don't know if it's a wedding or something. Yeah, but this is what she wore. I love this look. I cannot fault her, and I believe she deserves it. Next up, we have Mumpy. Okay, this is not a wow look. It is not so impressive. Siku can come back to okay. This is the look like that. Yani na pangamaningi chongo. It looks very laid back. I believe. One kasabe monga naenda che kutamba bola kuona kamkwanga ku stadium. Monga naenda che kutamba bola or naenda che for lunch or for some drinks. It looks laid back. Moving on, we have Drifter Trek. I would have given him this. But suits like these, Ngatsuna Valemo belts, you have to keep your button or Inkarachabe buttons. Button up. I don't have to leave it loose like this. Ngatwis loose monga so nishiwavala belt. So otherwise the look you want say you want kachabe pale chabe belt panapane pesin nakonde. Okay, so moving on, we have Triple M. I believe the outfit and Zana Barilla Kuta in the coupe format or stuff like this. I have a problem. I have a problem with Triple M. I don't know. He needs to get a new stylist. I've seen him dress up for a wedding performance, and then he was looking quite kaya. I wish the stylist can improve ku wardrobe yake makamaka ngaendo perform, but ngatanaendo performa ku stage monga ku trade fair, things like that, it's very fine. But things like ku my events monga ku my wedding, corporate events, I wish he can dress more appropriate for the event. Otherwise the outfit, if ngatendo performa per stage ichabebwin, I cannot fault it. Ngati nkunangu awo ni censored in it. Next up, we have Tio. She deserves this. She looks nice. Johnny Kalenga and Coach Franklin. Coach Franklin, ioneka mgani akuma chiranga murido. And also, I struggle to get what John's fashion sense is. Fashion yake imani tako sinmaziwa what he goes for. Otherwise, I believe this is not working. In my eyes, it is just not working at all. Next up, we have Chandana K, the duo. Chanda also, just like Johnny Kalenga, I struggle with his fashion sense. I just struggle with it. It's his wardrobe is just crazy. Imani Futaka what is he representing? What is he going for? I don't really understand. But K, on the other hand, I do get his looks. These are the looks that I can also put on. They look nice. They're very simple, but they look very nice. They look expensive, you know. Aside from Mukuri Uwinang nonga dula, but some bika buno as a result of Monekache. Binangu vamnesi Moneka Bwino. Last on our fashion reviews, we have Mrs. T. Low. Yes, I love this look. It looks very nice. I love the gloves, Kumwamba, the hair, the dress itself. It's giving Bridgerton. I love it. It looks very nice, and she's a very, very beautiful woman. I think she deserves this. Yeah, well, on that very note, we come to the end of the Stefan PHIRI show. I hope next week will not be interrupted. But also, Mungale noted, Muzivi Sano, Puti tomorrow will not be airing the Stefan PHIRI show because we have WAFCON. We've got a match, is done by 21 hours, is Asila, probably maybe 23, somewhere there. Yeah, on that very note, I am your host, Stefan PHIRI. See you next week.